Welcome back to the Avattack. I'm your host, Prescott Chambers. Preseason is a wrap. Let's talk about wins, losses, and what happened along the way. Game 1 versus the Utah Mammoth. Both Game 1 and 2 of the preseason were played on the same day, Sunday, September 21st. This one was at Magnus Arena, University of Denver's hockey rink. Period 1 starts with a bang just about 2 minutes into the first at 1:51. Keaton Middleton drops the friggin' mitts to fight Utah's Curtis Douglas. At 10:15 in the first, Christian Humphreys gets sent to the box for interference. Then at 11 minutes in the first, Utah capitalizes on the power play with a goal from Michael Carcone, assisted by John Marino and Maverick Lamoureux. The score going into the second period is 1-0 Utah. Period 2, at 2:50 in the second, Utah gets called for too many men on the ice. Colorado gets power play, and they go to work. At 4:13, Gavin Brenly gets the Avs on the board with assists from Cale Makar and Valeri Nichushkin. Then, only 54 seconds later, at 5:07, Brenly scores his second goal, with no assists on that one. Then, only 50 more seconds pass before Daniel Gushin puts another one in the back of the net, assisted by Makar and Nichushkin once again. That's 3 goals in a minute 44, and the score is now 3-1 Colorado. Nearing the end of the second, at 18:03, Tristan Nielsen scores one with an assist from the captain Gabriel Landeskog to make the score 4-1 Colorado, headed into the third. Period 3, I'm trying to get through these as quick as I can because there's 6 games and I don't want this video to be too long. Period 3 of Game 1. Period 3 was mostly filled with penalties. One stood out overall, which was at 2 minutes and 18 seconds. Sam Lipkin of the Utah Mammoth gets a 2-minute minor for throwing an elbow up high on Cale Makar. And I saw a video of it. It didn't necessarily look intentional, but you can't be getting all willy-nilly throwing elbows around like that. So whether it was intentional or not, that didn't really seem to matter to Gabe Landeskog, because as soon as Lipkin was back on his next shift, the captain made it clear you don't touch Cale, nor anyone else on the Avs. He whacks him in about 4 hits, and after the game, when asked about the fight, Landeskog is quoted saying, "You see one of your players go down. In this case, it honestly doesn't matter if it's our best player or not. Somebody's got to do something," which he did. And we needed that so badly. This is what we've been missing on the Avs with him back, whether he's on the ice or not. If he's in uniform on the bench with the team, I think it's going to make such a huge difference for us having that kind of leadership. On to the next thing. Late in the third at 14:25, Tristan Nielsen tacks one more on with assists from Valeri Nichushkin and Devon Taves to make the final score 5-1 Avalanche. And that's Game 1. Game 2, on to Game 2, which was also against the Mammoth. Like I said, these were both in the same day, just different lineups for each game. And this one took place at Ball Arena. So period 1, very back and forth for most of the first period until about 17:59, close to 2 minutes before the end, when Arturi Leikkanen backhands in a goal to make the score 1-0 Avalanche, with the assist coming from Marty Necas and Connor Kelly. Period 2, Mammoth come out firing in the second, and at 3:45, Leikkanen gets called for hooking on Logan Cooley. The Mammoth worked the power play, and at 4:56 in the second, Daniel Butt scores one to make the score 1-1 with assists from Lawson Krause and Sammy Walker. At 5:40, the Avs get another minor. PK is able to stop the power play from flourishing on that one, which is good for us because we didn't need to go down another goal. Then at 8:12, Marty Necas scores his second of the night on a no. Ooh, wait, that's wrong. Oh wait, yes, that's wrong. That's wrong. Marty Necas scores his first of the night on a no assist wrister, bringing the score to 2-1 Colorado, and this is the score we carry into the third. Period 3, a good few penalties in the third. The Avs rookie Zakhar Bardakov gets a boarding penalty against Logan Cooley, then has to answer the bell and fight Lawson Krause. At 14:09, Sammy Walker wrists one in with assists from Dmitry Simashev and Mikko Matika to give Utah one more and make the score 2-2. Then, just 32 seconds after that, at 14:41, Brock Nelson tips one in off a shot from Marty Necas. That makes the score 3-2 Avalanche. And let's see. Oh, Lawson Krause, following that, gets in another fight with Matt Steinberg, this time for slashing him. And that was just, I don't know, that's funny. Lawson Krause, I think, just likes to fight. He seems like a scrappy fella. So a slight push from Utah at the end of the game that doesn't result in anything. And final score for Game 2 of preseason is 3-2 Colorado. Game 3 versus the Dallas Stars. Saturday, September 27th was the date of this one. Period 1 was slow to start. Avs were able to get 2 power plays that result in absolutely nothing. Dallas gets 1 power play that we're able to kill, and no score is accrued at the end of period 1. Period 2, 2 penalties early in the second that again result in nothing on the power play. Then at 10:32, Gavin Brindley scores one from the doorstep off a beautiful net front feed from Ivan, who is in a puck battle on the wall. And I remember I was watching this one. I wasn't able to watch the first 2 games. I was able to listen to a bit of them on altitude radio. But this one I was able to actually watch. Ivan was able to kick this one out from like basically almost behind the net, and just straight to the stick of Gavin Brindley, and it was in the back of the net. It was just gorgeous. It was lovely. So that makes the score 1-0 Avs. With the second assist on that one coming from Yoel Kiviranta, making it 1-0 Avalanche. At 13:53, Leon Bischel. Oh, I'm stupid. Sorry, Leon Bischel. I wrote that weird. Leon Bischel gets a double minor for holding and unsportsmanlike conduct. No success on that power play either. Right before the second ends at 19:57, just about 3 seconds before the horn sounds, Antonio Stanges, I don't remember how to pronounce that one, wrist one past Scott Wedgwood off assist from Vladislav Kalyachonik and Jack Becker to make the score 1-1 going into the third, so tied up going into the third. Period 3. Not long into the third, at 3 minutes 42 seconds, Arturi Lehkonen sweeps one in on a backhand reach in the crease. He was like basically falling over, and he just swept that thing in on the backhand, and it was cool. It was heat. It was sweet. Like pesky Lakey, man, pesky Lakey. Assists coming from that one, on that one coming from Nate Dogg, Nathan McKinnon, and one of the newer additions, Brent Burns, and that makes it 2-1 Avalanche. There's a lot of really good defense and block shots from the Avs in this period, so that makes me pretty hopeful for the defense this year. I can't wait to see what we do because I'm kind of, half worried about our goaltending, but I'll get to that later in this video because I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. Let's see, where was I? We get one last elbowing penalty from Dallas with no goal on the power play there. Then at 7:28, the Avs prospect Zakhar Bardakov backhands one in off a turnover assist from Arturi Lekkinen to make it 3-1 Colorado. Good defense and good goaltending from Trent Miner in the third locks Dallas at 1. At 18:23, Tristan Nielsen gets a no-assist empty netter to make the final score for this one, 4-1 Colorado. No success on the power play could be a concern moving forward, but we will talk about that farther into the video as well. Just don't really want to see a repeat of last year's power play slump that we had. Like most of the season, it felt like. Other than that, though, we played really, really well, and we got the dub. So, on to Game 4 versus the Las Vegas Golden Knights. This was on Tuesday, September 30th. That morning, Kirill Kaprizov signed his new contract, which is now the largest contract ever in the NHL at 8 years for $136 million, putting him at a AAV of $17 million, which is more than anyone in the NHL makes. So that's incredible. We'll see if he can live up to that salary. Probably a sure sign of the cap increase coming, though. So we will see what happens with a lot of people's contracts. Also, opinion. I've heard a lot of opinions on the whole Marty Necas thing. I personally think he's not going to be as greedy as some might think. Like, I've heard a lot of people saying we're gonna have to sign him for as much as we were going to sign Mikko Rantanen for. Like, Rantanen wasn't going to take $12 million. And I don't think we're going to sign him for more than 10 and a half, to be honest. But only time will tell. And that's just my opinion. Period 1 of Game 4 versus Las Vegas Golden Knights. A good back and forth to start the first, and we see each team take a few penalties with no goals on those power plays. Then at 10:43, good old Jack Drury scores one on a one-timer with a great pass from Ross Colton. The second assist coming from Sam Malinsky on that one. The Avs take 2 more penalties that are able to be killed off, and it's 1-0 Colorado going to the second. Period 2, less than a minute into the second at 56 seconds exactly. Tanner Lazinski, after a little chaos in the crease. It did get crazy in the crease. I think I saw the puck bounce off Wedgwood like 3 times. Or was it I think it might have been Trent Miner. I think Trent Miner was playing on this one. Nonetheless, oh yes, it was Trent Miner. I'm sorry, I have it written down here. But yes, it bounced off Trent Miner like 2 or 3 times before it actually made it into the back of the net. So, I mean, he did the best he could. That makes it 1-1 tie for this one in period 2. Assist coming from Dylan Coughlin. And that's it. The pace of play gets noticeably faster following that goal. After more back and forth play at about 11:55, Joe Fleming gets a filthy little toe drag right under Sam Malinsky's stick to make this one 2-1 Las Vegas. And yeah, I was watching, like I said, I was watching this game too, and oh my gosh, I can't even lie. Fleming really did some work there. It was just a backhand toe drag, and he just was able to drag it right underneath Sam Malinsky's stick, pick up his own stick, right back to the puck on the other side, and just whipped it right under the back of the net. It was athletic as hell, and I give him props for that one. At 15:08, we get to see a little scuffle break out around the net, around the Vegas net, after Steinberg was kind of determined to get the puck back from Carl Lindbaum. This earns Ty Felber and Joe Fleming roughing minors and makes it 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. The remaining 5 minutes of period 2 goes scoreless, and it's 2-1 Las Vegas going into the third. Period 3, shortly into the third at 1:59, winger Jason Poland risks one in on the doorstep off assist from Daniel Gushin and Keaton Middleton to tie the game at 2 apiece. Then at 5:54, Jack Drury returns the favor to Ross Colton with an assist for him with to go ahead and take the lead at 3-2. Sorry, I stuttered through that one. Vegas tries to make a push, and with just under 2 minutes to go following an icing call, they pull Lindbaum to get an extra attacker on the ice. Avs able to fight off the push, and with less than a second on the clock, Yoel Kiviranta sends one into the empty net from the neutral zone to make the final score for this one 4-2 Colorado. Woo! Game 5 at Las Vegas. This was at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. This was on Wednesday, October 1st. And that morning, actually, Eric Johnson, old Condor himself, announced his retirement. He was the longest tenured player with the Colorado Avalanche when they won their last Stanley Cup, and it was one of the coolest things ever, seeing Gabe Landeskog hand the cup over to him, and that's just the pure happiness on his face, and he's a true ride or die. So shout out to Eric Johnson. Period 1 for this one at Las Vegas. You can tell we're getting close to the regular season once this one starts, because everyone's playing at full speed from what it seems like. You got to see most of the team. We're probably gonna get to see. Most of the team we're probably gonna get to see come regular season. So, a lot of fun, high-paced hockey in the first, or in this whole game. But in the first, yes, you could really feel the energy. Didn't really see the score move until about the end of the game, or end of the first period at 18:07. Oh, my captain, that's what I wrote down. Gabe Landeskog snipes one top shelf with a light little wrister. Didn't look like he was even putting any effort into it, but he sniped it clean, top shelf, and the assist coming from big old Val Nichushkin. Avs get a power play before the end of the first, and it's 1-0 Colorado going into the second. We still get a good pace of play starting out in the second. Avs seem to get a little sloppy throughout, though. At one point, we see a one-timer slap shot from a car that sails wide right and nails Marty Necas in the leg and just drops him immediately. It looked painful for sure. Avs can't seem to make anything happen on the power play, which was definitely becoming a bigger concern throughout these preseason games, as they were continuously not coming out successful on these. So, nonetheless, period 2 ended with no score movement, and we are still at 1-0 Avalanche. Period 3, Vegas really started to make a push in this one. The Avs passing seemed to be just kind of off the mark. Puck seemed to be bouncing around a lot, and at 5:30 in the third, Brett Howden deflects one in off a shot from Braden McNabb, and with an assist from Ivan Barbashev to make it a tie, a 1-1 tie. That's right. Sorry. And then Brent Burns gets called for hooking. Shortly after that, Avs kill that power play. Avs can't seem to keep up with the Vegas at certain points, though. It seems like Vegas was really, really ready for the regular season, and we just kind of were starting to get a little bit tired from what it looked like. At 14:40, with just about 5 minutes left in the period, William Karlsson backhands one in with assist from Mark Stone and Riley Smith to put Vegas up 2-1. Unfortunately, after pulling Wedgwood, the Avs couldn't even get nothing. They luckily didn't get a empty net goal scored on them, but they just couldn't seem to solve Akira Schmid. So he looked really good in this one, though. I must say. So final score for this one was 2-1 Las Vegas, but luckily it's preseason, so it doesn't matter. Oh, yes. I think we can attest this loss to a bit of sloppy play, though, throughout. We just seem to kind of fall apart in certain points of the game. I saw a lot of great opportunities for goals, but just nothing that could get into the back of the net. And I also attest it to good goaltending at the other end. So yeah. Saw the oh yes, that's right. Thursday night football. I saw the Avs on Thursday night football at the LA Rams game, and at first I was like, why? What? They were all wearing Rams jerseys too. I was like, what is this? Go to a Broncos game. And then I was like, oh yeah, Joe Kroenke owns the LA Rams too. So yeah, Kroenke owns both us and the Rams. So that makes a little bit of sense. Game 6 at Dallas. This was last Saturday, October 4th, and this was the one preseason game we got to see Taylor McCarr in. Weirdly enough, we didn't see any bit of Mikko Rantanen in the preseason, so whatever. I'm sure we'll see him in the regular season. So, period 1, Avs and Stars come out playing at full speed. Avs get a couple opportunities early on, but it's Dallas with the first goal at 6:15, tipped in by R2 Hyrie. Don't know how to pronounce that. Off a shot from Adam Ernie, and the assist coming from Nathan Bastian. Avs start to pick up the pace after that, and Zakhar Bardakov shoots one off the post. Avs draw a slashing penalty, but can't generate on the power play. It's 1-0 Dallas going into the second period. Period 2 was also very high-paced. You can feel the energy of the regular season brewing, and I am so excited for it. Bardakov commits a cross-checking penalty at 2:37. Then at 3:58, Jason Robertson steals the puck from TJ Tynan to race it down and wrist it in for a power play goal, making it 2-0 Stars. At 7:05, we get a little shoving match between Robertson and Parker Kelly, making it a 4-on-4 for 2 minutes, and Taylor McCarr gets his first shot on net at 9:15. That results in the goalie just catching it in his chest. So, yeah, that's okay. I'm sure he'll develop into a absolutely fantastic player with age. So at following that at 10:39, we get a real fight between Avs Matt Steinberg and Stars Leon Bischel. That was actually a pretty solid fight. They were throwing some blows. Bischel definitely took the win in that, but it was a good fight. It was fun to watch. At 10:56, Jason Robertson gets called for tripping, and at 11:14, the short little preseason power play curse that we had is broken when Tristan Nielsen puts the Avs on the board with an assist from Victor Olofsson and Gavin Brindley, making the score 2-1 with Dallas still in the lead, which is the score we carry into the third period. Period 3, I noticed Scott Wedgwood got swapped out for Trent Miner. Yep. And then period 3 starts with 2 minutes of 4-on-4 due to a small scuffle between Radek Faksa and Alex Gagne. At 2:55, the Avs get a chance to tie when Niels Lundqvist, I love saying that, gets called for tripping, but the score remains 2-1 Stars. A lot of good chances in both directions as the game goes on, and at 14:11, Victor Olofsson gets the game tied at 2 with an assist from Tristan Nielsen. But then at 15:37, the Stars get one right back when Colin Blackwell puts one in with assists from Wyatt Johnston and Jason Robertson, making the score 3-2 Dallas. Avs pull Miner with about a minute and like a half left, but to no avail. And final score for the final game of preseason is 3-2 Dallas. With that, your Colorado Avalanche go 4-2-0 in the preseason, and I feel like the most promising rookies we saw throughout all this preseason and rookie camp, or rookie showcase, are, in no particular order, Sean Behrens, Gavin Brindley, and Zakhar Bardakov. And I feel like we're probably going to end up seeing a little bit of Sean Behrens and possibly Gavin Brindley this regular season. Bardakov, I know, from what I've heard, seen, I've heard that Coach Bednar seems to have an eye for him, so I just think that he will probably develop into a really good player with Bednar being on his good side, or him being on Bednar's good side, I guess I should say. Here we go. From what I've seen and heard, it's also looking like Scott Wedgwood will be our starting goaltender for the foreseeable future. Mackenzie Blackwood had a surgery at the beginning of the postseason in May, I think. And from what I've heard, he just isn't quite ready to return yet. So we're going to probably see Scott Wedgwood as starter, and I'm assuming we're probably going to see Trent Miner as the backup. So, yeah, I think Trent's got what it takes to be an NHL goaltender. But, if not, we still have good old Ilya Nabokov waiting for his NHL debut, so that would be cool. But whatever happens, I am super excited. Moving on from here on out, I am going to try to get videos out within 24 hours of the end of each game. So just be on the lookout for those, because there's 82 games in the season, so I'm gonna try my very, very best to make 82 videos. But this will pretty much be the format, and if there's anything like different type of info you want to hear, or like there's things you want to see, I'd love to put highlights in, but I just don't want to get fined, or I don't know if I'd get fined or if my videos would just get taken down or what, but I'm just here to talk, baby. So, but let me know if there's like more information you want me to put in, or certain things you want me to talk about. Can't wait for game 1 of the season, which is LA versus, oh wait, LA versus us. Yes, us versus LA. The Avalanche versus the Kings on October 7th. And yeah, I'm super stoked. So look out for that video. Look out for that review video after game 1 on October 7th. And make sure you watch it, because, always watch hockey. It's the best sport ever. That's it. Anyways, I think that's it for this episode. As always, I'm your host, Prescott Chambers, for the Avattack. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.